He's done it all. Hundreds of skydives, traveled the world, army, police work, intelligence work, and prison. Now he's an author and a biker with an axe to grind. He's Dennis M. Young. It's December 11th, 2016, and I'm reading off my blog from, this is Dennis Young for henchmanshonor.com. I'm reading off my blog from Halloween 2016, so just like a week and a bit before the election. Just want to get these on record because I don't see, there's a big hoopla about maybe Trump shouldn't have won the election. I think it was very predictable, and I wrote these pieces, and I just want to get them on the record since I started doing the YouTubes. So from the 31st of October 2016, the high water mark is close. They say that small minds talk about people. Trump said this, Trump said that. The small fill their heads with rhetoric and try and figure out what amounts to meaningless hot air. It is a complete waste of time. They're just words. The mediocre thinkers, Trump has built and employed and raised the living standards of thousands of people. By contrast, Hillary has murdered and lied and extorted and has crushed the living standards of entire nations while she enriched herself. Napoleon said, "That which must be made explicit to the idiot is not worthy of my care." He considered himself to be a great mind and preferred to engage in grand ideas. Now, this is not what a democracy is about. It is about placating the idiot. That's how you get power to a degree. You're going to have to speak to intellectuals, you're going to have to speak to the morons, and you're going to have to bring them both on board, or you're not going to win the election. Trump, for all his hot air offenses against the small-minded, is resonating with those who see the grandness of his position. It doesn't seem great on its face, but to be anti-war is to be anti-destruction. It is a very basic human trait that really speaks to who someone is. If you are prone to war, you're filth. It means little girls will be burnt to death. They're the eggs you need to scramble to make an omelet. Hillary has scrambled countless little girls in her meat grinder. Trump and InfoWars are right when they say she should be in prison. Trump is the opposite. He's a builder and a deal maker. For that, he is billed as being in bed with the enemy. It's all upside down, and the dumber the mark, the richer the con. After World War II, the U.S. was lifting its population out of poverty at the rate of 1% per year. Black men with blue collars were the greatest beneficiaries until 1965, when LBJ decided to help the black folks, and the rest is history. Blacks have been victimized by those who purport to help them. Never look to a gang of murderers for help. I think they've figured it out now. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me from 1965 to 2016, shame on me. And blacks and Hispanics are voting for Trump in record numbers. Hunter S. Thompson wrote about the high water mark of the 60s movement. The mark of freedom and self-determination struck the rocky shore and quietly ebbed away as thuggish socialism filled the void with government ownership of all material and sacred rights. It ruined the nation. Ron Paul was the first major character to push against the tide of criminal ownership of the people. He planted the seed and raised awareness of America's dire position. He was the first Paul Revere in modern times. Donald Trump, the idea, not the silly rhetoric, is a symbol of the people having enough of their own victimization. The high water mark of the spirits of Mao, Stalin, and pot has reached its highest point in America. The ebb has turned into a juggernaut of a flow. The rising people are as desperate for justice and opportunity as the diminishing murderers are desperate to remain unaccountable for their crimes. Very flawed men have led America during its turning points in 1776 and the 1860s, but it wasn't about the men. It was about their grand ideas. Criminal influence poles aside, a very flawed man will again lead yet another American Renaissance. I'm Dennis Young for henchmanshonor.com.